why cutting sugar isn't enough. The era of cutting carbs is ending. Welcome to precision glucose control. We've been told for decades that the answer to fat gain, fatigue, and inflammation is simple: eat less sugar. But the data tells a different story. Obesity continues to climb, insulin resistance is at record highs, and many people who restrict sugar still experience unstable energy, stubborn belly fat, and metabolic dysfunction. So the question isn't how much sugar are you eating, it's what is your body doing with that sugar? I'm Tony Huge, a medical lawyer, a performance researcher, and a lifelong experimenter in biochemical enhancement. And I believe that sugar isn't the villain. It's a neutral compound whose impact depends entirely on the pathway that it takes inside your body. What determines whether sugar makes you fat or fuels you? Sugar, or more precisely glucose, is your body's preferred energy substrate, but your body must decide where to send it. If glucose enters the muscle tissue, it gets burned or stored as glycogen, powering your performance and your recovery. But if it's shuttled to adipose tissue, then it becomes stored fat, particularly visceral fat, the most hormonally disruptive kind. That destination isn't random. It's regulated by insulin signaling, GLUT4 activation, cellular sensitivity, and mitochondrial demand. And those levers are modifiable, meaning that with the right protocol, you can guide glucose towards function, not fat storage. That's the mission of the Sugar Plus protocol, powered by Insulin pills, a formulation designed to shift your body's glucose partitioning mechanisms towards muscle, not fat. How Insulin pills work, the metabolic mechanism explained. Insulin pills are insulin mimetics, compounds that emulate the function of insulin without being insulin. They help trigger GLUT4 translocation inside muscle cells, opening cellular gates to glucose uptake. But that's just one layer. Key ingredients activate additional pathways. Berberine increases AMPK activation, a cellular switch that improves insulin signaling and fatty acid oxidation. Alpha-lipoic acid, ALA, acts as a cofactor for mitochondrial enzymes, improving glucose utilization and reducing oxidative stress. Cinnamon extract and bitter melon modulate glucose absorption and help flatten the post-meal spikes. Apple cider vinegar slows gastric emptying, creating smoother glycemic curves and more even energy. This is not suppression, it's not blocking carbs, it's directing them with precision of metabolic pharmacology. What makes most people metabolically inefficient? When someone consumes carbohydrates and feels bloated, tired, or hungry again in 45 minutes, it's not because sugar is inherently bad, it's because the metabolic system lacks control. The average person today is insulin resistant. Their cells don't respond properly to insulin, so glucose lingers in the bloodstream before eventually getting shuttled into fat stores. This creates energy volatility, promoting systemic inflammation, and reinforces the cycle of cravings and crash. Most diets attempt to solve this by removing carbs entirely, but that ignores the core issue: partitioning dysfunction. Insulin pills, used within the Sugar Plus framework, aim to restore that partitioning. They don't solve the problem of subtraction, they solve it by correction. Sugar Plus in context. Why this isn't a traditional diet. Sugar Plus is not a low-carb protocol. It's not an excuse to binge. It's a timing and a mechanism-driven strategy for enhancing performance, maintaining insulin sensitivity, and building lean mass while protecting long-term health. This protocol works best when paired with resistance training because trained muscle tissue is the most glucose-hungry organ system in your body. This is what makes Sugar Plus different from eat whatever you want protocols. It's training-enhanced biochemistry, not hedonism. People on the Sugar Plus report stable energy, improved pumps, easier recovery, fewer post-meal crashes, and over time, better fasting glucose and HbA1c values. The goal is not indulgence, it's efficiency. The GLP-1 advantage, natural hunger modulation. One of the most overlooked benefits of the Sugar Plus protocol is its impact on GLP-1, the incretin hormone responsible for modulating satiety and postprandial insulin response. Some of the compounds in Insulin pills, such as bitter melon and vinegar derivatives, have been shown to enhance natural GLP-1 levels. This offers a gentler, more physiological version of what pharmaceutical GLP-1 agonists like Ozempic attempt to do. The result is better appetite control, not through willpower, but through endocrine alignment. You don't force yourself to eat less. Your body simply requires less food to feel stable. Who benefits from Sugar Plus and why it's sustainable? Sugar Plus is especially valuable for high output individuals, athletes, lifters, executives, and entrepreneurs entrepreneurs, anyone who trains regularly and demands high cognitive and physical performance. It's also sustainable because it doesn't depend on restriction or exclusion. Instead of demonizing food groups, it asks the question, how can we make these molecules serve us better? Slim Pills doesn't replace lifestyle, it amplifies it. It turns your meals into performance enhancers, not recovery liabilities. This isn't a dietary trend, it's a metabolic strategy backed by clinical pathways and field-tested experience. Closing and innovation. You don't need to fear carbohydrates, you need to master their allocation. You don't need to cut sugar, you need to control what sugar becomes. If you want to learn the full Sugar Plus protocol, when to use Slin, how to dose it, and how to align it with performance and blood markers and recovery, then join my private community through the link below. This is Tony Huge, medical lawyer, biochemical strategist, reminding you that a day natural is a day wasted, and a day fearing sugar is a day misunderstanding biochemistry. So let's change that.